Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Tester Tech. I hope you're having an awesome day. This is the 7th tool in the series of 10 cool test automation tools. I will discuss openQA in this part. I've actually done a couple of videos about openQA already, but I see value in adding openQA to this whole list of cool test automation tools. Knowing that openQA is totally different, it's more like a platform to test your distributions. So you have a big platform and your desktop OS is running, and then you can also test the applications on top of that. So you can go very deep into openQA. Like I said, I created a couple of videos. So probably at some point I will reference some of the existing content I already created about openQA. I will just stick to like the installation and the whole scoring part and the speed of execution. So yeah, I try to keep it concise in the spirit of this whole series. So without further ado, let's dig into the video. This will be a little bit of voiceover. I already created this clip, so I will talk you through it. As you can see, I'm on GitHub and I'm cloning the repository openQA Fedora installation. I will clone it on my virtual machine, my demo virtual machine. As you can see here, I will go into the directory and I will launch the installation script. So the first is install openQA.sh. Run it with sudo. If you don't provide sudo, it will prompt for sudo. So there you go, it will run it and install it. So I cut a little bit out of the installation obviously. So this is completed in terms of installation for this part. And what you then do is open, as you can also see here in the message, then you open the website. So go to localhost, open up the openQA and tick the login once. That is needed to provide you the authentication. So as you can see here, ticking login once, and then you logged in as demo. Okay. The API key will expire in 1 day. That's also the message right there. And after that, you can install the second part of the script, where it goes further and also clones a job of an existing openQA instance. And this is a 404, as you can maybe see if you look. So it's a little bit outdated, so I will adjust the script to match the newest job here in the openqa.fedoraproject.org. So I'm looking into all these jobs and just seeing, well, what should I pick? And then I copied that link. I don't know why I did that, but later on you will see that I will actually click the right link. So opening the script here and scrolling down a little bit. And here you have the openQA clone job. And then I go and I select the right one, advisory boot, but you can obviously select your own job. So advisory boot is just booting the OS, and it's actually not doing that much on the screen, but obviously this is for demo purposes. So I paste it in there. I will write and save the script, and then I will show you I will copy these 2 lines here and just run these 2 from the terminal, and I will post the updated script into to GitHub. I will do that later. So run it again, and yeah, demo, provide the right password, and now you can see it's actually downloading the disk, the qcow2 to varlib openQA. Okay, so in terms of speed, I paused it, and now you have it. Should have 1 test running. Refresh the browser right here. Yeah, there you have the advisory boot, but as you can see, it's a Fedora PowerPC. It's a different architecture, but it handles it elegantly. It just runs, and for brevity, I probably snip these parts out. Yeah, so now you see that it's actually running and booting, updating software. I think that's basically it for this, and then I'll show you the past job, and yeah, it's all paused, it's all green, and you see the screenshots being added in the test run. Also the logs, and you can download the video, and this is a sped up version because it's quite fast. Yeah, so you have some nice logging reporting out of the box, and installing openQA. As you can see from the scripts, it's easy to do. So feel free to reach out if you run into any problems in that regard. And about the authoring of test cases, let's do it like this. Let's watch some old video, a little bit of my old video, and then you'll get an idea about how difficult it is or how easy it is to add new test cases. Let's watch that content. The videos right here, and just tick on the playlists. And as you can probably see, openQA, I have a couple of videos right. Skip this ads. See the test running. Just sit back and relax, and testing is done automatically the way I like it. So yeah, as you can see here, part 1, introduction installation. That's a little bit more in depth of what I showed you in this video. Let me mute the video before I play the next one. So next one is part 2, add your own tests. I will dive deeper into adding tests and how it works. Yeah, so I explain a little bit more detail. Yeah, just the whole process of adding tests. As you can see, this is 29 minutes. And the next part is part 3, and where I say, well, test any app in openQA. What do I want to do now? So I want to do have any application, create a test for any application I want. Yeah. So for that, I had the Pagure. Pagure is actually used by Fedora, and as you can see, Pagure.io Fedora QA. So that's where I look into adding new scripts. I look at this Pagure application. So what did I do? There is actually on how to get started. There are a couple of guides, and I will show a couple of steps on how to get started. So the first step is to fork this repository. So Fedora QA /os autoinst. If you look at this part of the video, if you want to follow along step by step, you can do it, but know that the end result I have already created for you. So you could easily skip this step. And I think here I dive a little bit deeper into the scripting itself. Yeah, let's see where it starts. Okay, let's watch this part. Applications folder. I copied the test of events. Events is a PDF viewer. I copied that one because it was was a GUI test, and it was in a separate folder. And I named it calc. Just to show events, all these Perl modules, and the setup. Well, actually I copied that one, but I removed some stuff from it. Applications, calc is just one, AAA, AAA setup, and I think it's AAA because then it will run first. That's an assumption. I shouldn't make assumptions actually in videos. And then this is the test. Actually it does check and install git and run. So it will go here, and this is like the way to trigger any test. Submodule called run, and then it will go to TTY freeze like a console, and then it will install, check and install git, and it will do this one, check if git is installed, and then run some installation for git. I'm going to go to the desktop again, and then menu launch type calculator, and that's it for now. Just one test. How did I actually get it to load. If you look at the templates, fifth templates light. A couple of seconds later, you will see this result. So job templates added 23, machines added 1, products added 2. So to summarize, you create a copy and then you add it to the template, you post it, and then the new script will be added to openQA. Okay, yeah. So one part still, you add it to the openQA, but you still need to post the ISO. Post the ISO means triggering the test. This is the newly added test. Let's play. Time, so 7 scheduled jobs, 5 blocked by other test jobs. Let's see if there are workers. There are workers, it's online. Hit back. Yeah, there it goes. So now it's running. Calculator test. So it will boot. So if it's running, you can see here the current module. This is the Perl module, assert, similarity to reference, string. There you go, it's typing. But yeah, this is actually quite slow, but yeah, let's just leave it running. Yes, send key. Check screen. I think it will now type the calculator and that will conclude the test. So just to summarize, what did I do? That's it for adding test cases. Yeah, so for the script authoring, probably you will now get why I score the authoring of test cases not that high. It's quite tricky to add new test cases. Probably if you do this every day, you have some handy way of working, but yeah, for me to puzzle it out, it was a little bit difficult. But yeah, you can just look at my videos and then create your own workflow, and you can obviously also dive deeper. So if you want to dig deeper, there's lots of resources available, and one of the resources obviously my channel. And that's it in this regard. Let's talk about scoring, openQA, and OS auto inst is a big part of openQA. Yeah, the ease of installation, if you have those scripts that I created, then it's very easy to install. At least that's my opinion. It's, yeah, it's out of the box, but if you don't have, you can also do it. There's also some Linux installation packages, but then you have to piece the puzzle a little bit more. Examples provided, I think, yeah, if you use the scripts, coming back to that, you can easily run the examples, but it's also possible if you dive a little bit deeper, if you know how to clone jobs, it's easy to run some examples and get started. Speed of execution, yeah, it's a whole OS that you need to boot, so obviously it will take some time before you get to an application, a demo application. So, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay, you have the whole OS available to you, so you can do everything, of course. So authoring of test cases, a little bit difficult in my opinion, so it can be improved. I think Fedora has created some cool templating systems, and I also show you that in the video, and you use that. But there's different ways of adding test cases, and they also added Python to the whole way of creating test cases. I haven't dived into that in detail, but yeah, I think it makes it easier. Login debugging, yeah, as you can see, the console, it's printing out, and you can see runtime, you can see what's happening, so it's very good in that regard. Dashboarding and reporting, yeah, you have the, I see still see a typo here. What? I corrected the typo real quick. Dashboarding and reporting, it's okay. It's actually a big dashboard, and it's really meant for that. Pipeline integration, it's a whole big pipeline in itself. And community support, so big shout out to the community of openQA. It's very open, so they are weekly. If you join their channels, their chat channels, then you will also know when it is. Every Friday there's a community meeting, and it's open to the whole community if you're willing to participate and listen in. So Oliver Kurtz is the one that's the lead for that meeting, and yeah, it's a very open and a very supportful community. Awesome, but you need to know the basics to be able to ask good questions. That's it for another video, guys. I hope you liked it and maybe you learned something new. So if you like this kind of content, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps me out knowing that people like this kind of content. And next tool I'll be looking at is Wiremock. And Wiremock is also a little bit different. It really supports the test automation, but you have some record and playback features, and I think that's interesting, at least to detail as well, go into depth a little bit more about rec and play and how it fits in the whole test automation ecosystem. So stay tuned for that one and see you in the next one. Bye bye.